Yeah, I'll go for your phone. You fucked up. And your phone full of holes. You fucked up. Try test tape, no. You fucked up. Can't put on no show. You fucked up. Yeah, I'll go for your phone. You fucked up. And your phone full of holes. You fucked up. Try test tape, no. You fucked up.
Run the track!
Why the fuck does it keep looping? Can't be asked. Right. We're back. Big up everybody that's locked in. Like, subscribe, and all of that crap. We're here for another review after another L. Just fucking typical. Same shit every week. Different ground. Different manager. Same shite. Same shite. This time, it was the best team in the world. Not Chelsea. Real Madrid. Real Madrid. And yeah, we got battered. 2-0 doesn't look too bad on paper. But yeesh, like the way we were playing, we were playing like we were 4-0 down. So many individual disaster classes. Don't really have too much issues with the setup, with the tactics. The press was non-existent. Very, very stinky. Very stinky press. But everything else, nah. Everything else just stunk. Big up to Thiago Silva, Koulibaly. Even though I would say they were both culpable for the first goal. That was the only real mistake in game. Other than that, nah. Nah, maybe Fofana, but even Fofana struggled against Vinny. Just the same shit. So we're going to delve into everything regarding this game, though, and then we're going to send the link out to the panel. You guys already know how we do on this channel, so yeah, you guys already know how the show goes. Check out Jerseys FC for your best affordable football kits. Use the code CarefreeLewisG for 20% off. Link is in the description. Check out Flawless's tune. Check out Ryan's tune. And yeah, let's see what everyone's saying. Let's see what everybody is saying. Big up Andreas says, big up. Summer come faster, please. I need warmer weather too. We're nearly there. I can't watch Chelsea games. Spineless, clueless, no passion, no desire. Paycheck is all that matters for them. Even Reece had the worst game in a Chelsea shirt. Not just him, but yeah, Reece stunk. Reece stunk. And I can't lie, if he's pushing his surgery just so he can be fit for the remainder of the season, just go take the surgery. Just go take the surgery. Because I'd rather you just don't lengthen this potential injury. Don't. If this is the performances that we're going to be seeing every week, you might as well just go for it, innit? That's just the way I'm thinking. But it weren't just Reece. Kovacic stunk. He looks like he's just on the beach now and he don't want to be here anymore. Felix stunk. Sterling stunk. Chilwell stunk. Even before the red card. Cucurella off the bench, he stunk. Kepa stunk. So many just stinky players all over the place. All over the fucking place. And it's not even just that. It's like what Harrison is saying. The mentality in this squad is in the fucking bin. Because as soon as there's even a crumb of extra pressure added, they crumble. They crumble. And we saw that happen yesterday. Because the first 10, 15 minutes from us was good. It was really good. I like the game plan that we had. I thought things were going to work. I thought Havertz and Mudryk off the bench would be good for us. We never even got to see that, though, because the Koulibaly injury. And also just because we took our foot off the gas pedal and we just struggled as soon as they managed to get through that first wave of pressure. Fucking shit today, man. Big up to Samir, though. Big up to DK. Big up to Fasha. Big up to Gavman. Big up to Steve. Throat is fucked. Pause. Big up to Warrior. Big up to Words. Big up to Poku saying uncomfortable conversations need to be had on players like Sterling, Felix, James, Cucurella, and Kovacic. Funnily enough, all the players I said played like shit. We all have comfortable conversations. Very comfortable conversations on a lot of those players. So yeah, don't worry. We'll get to all of that. 4 games in a row without a goal. Yeah, we're nearly at 7 hours without a goal for the gargantuan Chelsea. We are fucking shit, mate. We are absolutely shit. And I don't know when we're going to turn it around, but I'm just going to off myself before we even get to that point because I can't be bothered for this shit anymore. I just can't be bothered for it. There's a super chat in here, though. There's a super chat. Big up to Daniel, my G. I hope you're good. Saying, should have kept Gusto, shouldn't have loaned him back. Kepa has biscuit wrists. Here's the thing. We wouldn't have got Gusto if we didn't loan him back. So that was just necessary. I think we were just a bit naive to think Reece James could go 4 months without an injury. Because he's had like 2 of them. So yeah, that was our problem. Maybe we could have got an emergency right back on loan till the end of the season, but where are you going to get a right back that's near Reece James's quality, that's willing to go on loan for 6 months mid-season? It's just not going to happen. Kepa, though, I do agree. Biscuit wrists. Poppadom wrists. Fucking plastic wrists. Fucking paper mache wrists. I don't know. What else? What else have I got? Fucking spaghetti wrists. Fucking, I don't know, condom wrists, dickhead. Lubricated arms and all of this crap. Ball just bounces off his hand. Kepa is not good enough for where we want to be as a football club. Like, when I'm nearing the point where I'm even thinking, you know how we were going to have Kepa for top 3 or 4 players of the season? Nope. Back down you go, brother. Back down you go. You're not nominated. You're not nominated. Sorry. Bro, this guy has the same issues. It's being forgotten about because either our defense is playing well or there's so many other issues further forward. We're not even thinking too tough about Kepa. He still ain't good enough. Still is not good enough. That second goal. The first goal, I don't blame him too much for it, even though it is just a bit more like limp wrist comes again. But the second one, in with that amount of space, and you get beaten at your near post. Dickhead. Fucking dickhead. Get out of here, man. Get out. Get out. Get out. Kante is close to signing a new deal. The final details about whether it will be 2 years or a 2 years plus 1 option. Either way, I'm fine with it. Kante does look like a completely new man since he came back from surgery. He hasn't needed time to adjust to the speed of football and everything like that. He's just come in and just clicked instantly. So yeah, N'Golo, fair enough, mate. Well done. Well done. It's good to see that you're back. Re-sign him. Re-sign him. I don't give a shit what the situation is. Just re-sign him. But yeah, big up Danish Maldini. Let's keep it real. Felix for 80 million should be a priority with Nkunku coming. Should or shouldn't be a priority. He needs to show more. That's a confusing comment. But Felix wasn't good. Felix wasn't good. I thought he was very selfish on the ball. Wasn't making the right decisions. It's like Alex said on the watch long. It's like he was holding hands with Kovacic. Just occupying the same spaces. I thought it would have been him dropping deep and Sterling forward. It looked like it was the other way round. And I can't lie. Yeah, that 1v1-2 at the start of the game. If that's Kai Havertz, we are cooking him on this stream for that miss. But Felix, he's got to hold that too. He wasn't good. If he takes that, if he tests the goalkeeper a bit more in his 1-0, different game. Different game. We have something to hold on to. Maybe the players don't turn into bitches after that. Wasn't good enough from João Felix today. For 80 million, you do need to be decisive. Or you do need to at least hold the attack in the palm of your wrist. Or the palm of your hand. And he didn't do that. Didn't do that at all. We gave away the game simple as that. Koulibaly was our best player. Yeah, he was one of our better players. Him or Silva. Him or Silva. Kovacic might need to go. Yeah, I'm at the point where if City want 50 million for him. There you go, mate. There you go. That guy's on the beach. He don't want to be here. It's as simple as that. Kova don't want to be here. And I'm just bored of it. Safe, thank you for all the memories, Matteo. It's time to depart. It's time to depart. He don't want to be here. He's got 1 year left on his contract. They still haven't opened talks. There's been rumors about Kovacic wanting a new challenge. He looks like he's just protecting himself. Don't get a big injury or anything and have anything that could fuck up your big move. So Kovacic, bye-bye, mate. Updates on Chelsea managers that Nagelsmann and Enrique are still considered the favourites. There's no conversation with any other coach as it stands. So nothing has changed. Big up to DK. Big up to DK. And thank you for Fabrizio for the same news. Thank you. So done with Kepa. That second goal. Fuck off. Big facts. Yeah, Kepa's been on fraud watch. Where's Matt? Big up Duoscope saying, Wagwan Generals. I hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. Who cares? We have 29 also. Yeah, I mean, we do have 29 league goals. Our attack's just shit. Our attack's just shit. It's as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. Hot take, remove Fofana. The summer window is as bad as the 2021 with the price tags and the expectation we've seen from the players so far. Bit early to say with the likes of Chukwuemeka in there. But I do hear you. And I don't think you're wrong yet. I don't think you're wrong yet. Koulibaly was very good yesterday, except for the first goal. Other than that, crap. No, other than that, great. Sorry, my head is all over the place today. Just bear with me, please. Bear with me. Yeah, Sterling was like the most non-threatening forward performance I have seen in ages. Just whenever he's one-on-one, I already know he's losing the ball. And it's like, I need more from you, bro. What is this? Like, I need you beating players. I need you making chances. I need you to do something. That would be nice. Nothing. It's like if you're not in the box with 1 or 2 touches, I don't know what I'm expecting. And I need more from Sterling. I need a lot more from him. I do think he'll be better with better players around him, but better players are not around you right now. And you're on 300k a week. I need more. I need more Sterling. This isn't good enough. It's not good enough at all. Just crap. Just crap. Big up to Jem for the raid as well. Big up. Big up to Sean. Big up to DRB saying this clear out needs to happen in the summer. I totally agree. Fucking hell, I'm far behind the comments again. If you don't bring in Enrique, we're going to be finished for the immediate future. Whatever our next manager is, it has to be the right one. Worst keeper we've ever had. Big facts. When I said toothpick wrists, churro wrists. I don't know what a condom wrist is. I'm pissed off, man. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Spaghetti leg. Nah, not the legs. The wrists. Do you think Sterling makes... No, Chelsea make Chelsea less confident. Because we have a bitch mentality in this club. But yeah, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. Fata needs to give Kepa some wrist strengthening exercises. All mad. Chelsea want to buy a striker this summer. They see Nkunku as someone to play behind the striker. Nkunku, Felix is my number 10s. Get me a number 9. Do whatever you want with Kai. He can rotate with the others for all you care. For all I care. I don't care. You were happy with Super Frank coming back, though, Lewis. People warned you. It's not worse, though. This is my thing. It's not worse. How has it got worse? Oh, we're losing games. Oh, we're still losing games. Like, if we lost 6-0, maybe I'd understand you. It's not got worse. We have gone sideways. We have literally just gone sideways. We haven't gone backwards. That's why I said I wouldn't even say I was happy. I just didn't care. It's like, give it to who... I said so many times before Potter got sacked, give me whoever as interim for the rest of the season. I don't care. I just wanted Potter gone. The fact it was Lampard, no difference. Means no difference to me at all. So, I'm not fussed. I'm not fussed. It could be worse. We could have lost by more. Could have lost by more. Old man GNA TV. Mad. That is Jem still waiting for Kai Havertz to become consistent. Big up, Maggie. Big up. There's a few more super chats in here. Let me get to that. A female Jem. Fucking mad. What the fuck, bro? Couple more super chats. Let me get to that. Cool. There it is. Big up to Sean saying, big up Lewis. Quick, easy fix for us is Tony up top and Nkunku in behind. Don't see the point of having Felix for 80 million and Nkunku and Havertz all at the club. Again, that's why Kai needs to dip. But, I mean, Felix has to do more. I'm not going to run this whole Felix thing until I just see him do a little bit more. But he's still been our best forward since January. Oh, we're all just shit. We're all just fucking shit. What's the point? I don't want to sit here and defend fucking crap performances. I'm not doing it. But yes, give me Tony up top ASAP. Please don't get banned for the Bang situation. The new manager will also get to decide whether or not he wants Felix. Fair play. Let the new manager make that call. What? Danish Maldini says, I think I'm with Josh now. Get rid. Hey, Josh, wherever you are, you will get your chance to cook. I will send you the link. You will have... I won't let anybody talk. Just say what you gotta say, bro. Because, yeesh. That was crap. That was crap. Oh, yeah, Josh saying he's the worst attacker in our team. That Rudiger block on Mount makes me risk our reliable defense of him, Silva, and Andreas Christensen. That was special, man. That was a very special back three. But yeah, oh, that pissed me off, bro. Because Mount made a great turn and shot. He made a great turn and shot. And just ballsed it up. No, he didn't balls it up. Sorry, Rudiger made an amazing shot. Amazing block. Lewis, do you think there's nothing to play... Since there's nothing to play for, they'll still play a strong 11 because on paper, you can still turn it around. And they're going to believe that they can do it. But when we get knocked out by Madrid, then I need to see Noni, I need to see Mudryk Chukwuemeka, all of them. All of them. Because we have seen what Chelsea are like when they go on the beach. We saw it last season. You think the football now is shocking. Wait until they genuinely have nothing to care about. Then you will see shocking. Then you will see shocking. That is what I'm not looking forward to. So when we get to that point, then and only then are you going to see that happen. And if Lampard ain't doing that, I'm on to it. Because why are you going to play shite? Players who have been shite all season when they have nothing to play for and they're going to continue to be shite. They're even worse. Give players like Chukwuemeka, like Hall, like Fofana, like all of them. There's other players I can't think of off the top of my head. Give them a run out. Because at least they'll care and they'll use those opportunities. They'll actually play with 100%. So, yeah, I want to see that. How many players need to go? Too many off the top of my head right now. Female GNA TV. I will set you up with Fata. I'm sure Fata would love to take you out on a date. Hey, yeah, there he is, bro. Fata, I got you, my guy. I'm setting you up, bro. I'm setting you up better than fucking Chelsea could. So, yeah, big up. Big up, my bro. Felix says more. Don't kill me, bro. It's fucking dead. Who do you think's done worse? Look at the table, bro. Look at the table. Oh, he said that dude cooks himself. He's atrocious. You're not wrong. He's not pissed at Pulisic, and he never even brings them up. He rarely brings them up anymore. It's just he said he ain't rated Sterling all season, and all Sterling's done is justify him. He's vindicated him. Can't say anything. I've tried to defend Sterling, but like, come on, this is shit. This is shit. Like, let's call it what it is. Like, I say the same thing with Havertz. All year, Havertz has just vindicated me. Sterling has vindicated Josh. And fair play. Fair play. Call it what it is, man. Call it what it is. Aye, Supreme Quad, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Come on, man. Lewis, your L list. The Arch? What's the Arch? What's the Arch? I don't know. R9, fair enough. Aubameyang is still a victim of shite creativity and that pay-as-you-play contract. Koulibaly. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll hold 2 of those, or maybe even 1.5. 1.5. A Boomerang, no. He is a victim of shit service, and I will stand by that. I will stand by. I don't even know what the Arch is, so you're going to need to help me with that. Rudy knew how insufferable I would be if my idol scored and he decided to do our club a favour. Can't be arsed. Who do you think is going to be our tribal chief? It's probably going to be Seth Rollins or what's his name? Cody. Rollins or Cody. It'll be one or the other. Fata, let me know when you're back in London as well, Mike. What? Pause. Yeesh. Fucking hell, bruv. Boy. Will you be on Coppish? Oh, fuck yeah, the Coppish show's on today. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. I need to shout them. Yeah, bro, like, I'm too tired for it anymore. I'm too tired. Maybe it's because I don't go to the games that I'm not raging as much. Maybe I need to kind of learn from that. Black Timo exposed without Daddy Guardiola. Imagine my shock. I will still stand by the fact that I think with better players, you get a much better Sterling. But he's been shit. The difference is, I will say when players are playing like crap. I won't just not talk about Kai for 4 months and then pop up out of nowhere when he scores like, oh, you're in the mud, son. You're in the mud. But yeah, big up to Goyam. The Arch's rim job's low. Oh, for fuck's sakes. That's what you meant by the arch. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. I can't be bothered. You man are not serious. You called him the arch. What the fuck, bruv? Ah, oh, for fuck's sake. Yo, I'd love it to be Jey Uso. That would be such a great end to the storyline. Oh yeah, have a safe flight, my guy. Have a safe flight. Hey, if you stop, bro. Well, I need to get the call up. When I get the call up, do you know how many times I've been like, I wish DR Sports did call me so I didn't have to go to this fucking shit game. It ain't happened. So yeah. Do more watch-alongs instead of away day vlogs. I hear you. I hear you. Let's get 10 guys to carry this bum. But here's the thing. With a better team, Sterling is a good creator and a good goal scorer. We've seen it for City. That's my thing. He's the second highest goal scorer in all of Guardiola's title-winning seasons. So I believe there's pedigree there. So we've seen it happen with better teams. And if Chelsea gets that level, I think Sterling comes up to that level as well. He just doesn't raise the bar. He's like at the level of whatever the team's at. Our issue is that we gave him 300k a week. That's the L. And Ravens, exactly. There is where I understand all of the criticism. I understand it. 300k a week. He came to Chelsea because he wanted to be the main man. You got to be the main man, bro. And here's the thing. He ain't got the facilities for that. He ain't the main man. He's a supporting cast. That's where our problem was. That's the real issue. Fuck's sake, man. You know what, Joe? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I get why you don't rate him. I get. Right. Hey, Daniel, Josh, don't argue. Stop arguing, people. Stop arguing. Ben Chilwell released. Yeah, he apologized. He apologized. And it's like, fair play. At least you recognize that you fucked up. A lot of people like, it was all Cucurella. Cucurella put him in that situation. And Cucurella's an idiot for that, by the way. But Chilwell does not need to challenge like that. You either stick a leg out and just hope you get the ball. And if you don't, whatever in it. Or you have to rely on Kepa. Even though none of us have any faith in him, you have to. Going down to 10 men is a bigger sin. And he literally went out with his hands and basically grabbed him. Like, you're asking for a red card. That's stupid. Both Cucurella and Chilwell are responsible in that situation. If Chilwell just went for a sliding challenge, or if he went for or if he just left it to Kepa, it's all on Cucurella. And whatever happens, it's all on Cucurella. But Chilwell put us down to 10 men, basically threw the tie away. Because now we're going to have to do Cucurella at left wing back, or, God forbid, we're going to have to play a back four. So either way, we're fucked. So yeah, I'm glad he apologized. He was crap all game, to be honest. It weren't even just that red card. He struggled. He fucking struggled. But both of them are to blame for the red. Fans gassing Sterling stats at City before getting to Chelsea's equals to fans gassing Torres' pool stats before coming. No, it's not. Fernando Torres had a big knee injury before he joined us. That's why that move was stupid and it made no sense. That's why Liverpool laughed us to the bank when we offered 50 million for him. It's not the same. It's not the same. Not the same at all. No use. I get that, but well, what else is he going to do? It's either apologize or just don't apologize. At least you're acknowledging your L. Like, I'm not going to get him for that. It's time to admit Lampard's the worst. I don't think so. I think Potter's the worst in history. Not him. Do you see us with Forest at home? That might be a nice 3 points for the Blues. Other than that, nope. I don't see nothing. Big up Fata saying, do you have PTSD from Camp Nou 5 years ago when Spanish told you to wait 30 minutes after full time before they let you out? No, they let us out early because we were 3-0 down. If we had won or draw, they would have kept us in there. But the Spanish police were still dickheads. They sectioned us they cordoned us off, started crushing fans in a circle, beating the piss out of any fan that they could. Spanish police are like that. I hope you lot didn't have any issues yesterday, bro. Hope you didn't have any issues. Speak about João Felix. Aesthetics aside, Gallagher is better. What? Oh, wait, you got 29 in your name. Forget. Big up Christian saying, big up Lewis. I come Saturday against Brighton and Tuesday against Madrid. Christian from Brussels. Yo, let me know if you're about. I'll try to see you for a minute or two. Big up, my guy. Good to see you in the stream. Hope to see you at the bridge. Big up, brother. Big up. City fans are laughing the same as Liverpool fans back then. Sigh. Yeah, Harry, you and me both. I'm tired too. I don't know if you can tell from my voice. I'm just so drained. So drained. Plus, hefty gym session. João is playing his way back to Atletico. I hear that, bro. I'm going to send the link out. I want to hear what you and Josh have to say because I didn't chat to you guys yesterday. But yeah, link's going out, people. If you want to guarantee your comment doesn't get ignored or missed out, drop a super chat. I need to fucking lie down after this. Fuck's sake. Ignore the clicking as well, guys, because I know you guys can hear it too. Cool. I think that's everybody. Yes, guys.
I haven't got a while here, so.
Oh yeah, you're still in Frankfurt, ain't you?
Yeah, but after yesterday, we got held back like half an hour.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Potter, why are you bringing a headset on a trip?
Why not?
I mean, I understand you don't want everybody to listen to your porn, but come on, man.
Bro, you know what? Because I spoke with what's it called? I spoke with Andrew and the Carlton boys. This might sound crazy, but I'd rather have Havertz up front than Sterling.
I agree. Potter looks like he's on a pit crew right now.
Hey,
I'm. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Father, I said it yesterday. I nearly got crucified. I said.
So we're playing on the counter-attack yesterday?
Yeah, no. I said Havertz would have done better than Sterling.
He would.
We were playing on the counter-attack, correct, Lewis?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So you don't play the fastest player on your team?
No, we didn't play counter-attack.
Oh, we didn't?
There were no runners as well in that team.
Because there was no runners in the team.
Yeah.
So
you left all the runners on the bench.
Yeah.
Which is what?
Literally, like you asking for runners.
If you play that,
That's the
that
thing.
through ball to Mudryk, that's a goal, or at least a shot on target, because you're not getting caught by Eder Militao.
The only attacker
That
we have
doesn't
in our
make any
squad,
sense, but
the way our squad is set up is so poor. The only attacker that can win a ball in the air, because you put 10 men behind the ball. You go long to your attacker. You want them to win at least a header, at least a challenge in the air. The only person that can do that in this squad, as bad as he is Kai Havertz. Yesterday we were doing none of that.
That's true.
does anybody actually thinks that sometimes this, like, you set up the team, but it's something that doesn't work, but it doesn't mean that you set up the different way? I don't think we set up to play counter. I just think the way we set up didn't work because the press from Real Madrid did not let us play out of the back.
No,
I agree with you, Alex. I agree with you. But don't you think that's something that we could have kind of guessed, because that's how Real Madrid play? They press.
Real Madrid play high press game.
Exactly. So we should have guessed that they were going to press.
If you think Real Madrid plays high press game, thank you. With 37 years olds in that team, high press game.
they don't play a high press game.
So you
Real
didn't
Madrid
watch
do
that
not
Liverpool
press.
game. So that
They don't
Liverpool
press.
game, they didn't press.
Bro, they press when they have to. They're not a pressing team.
Yo, Lou, walk up.
No worries, fans. A safe flight,
Safe
bro.
flight,
Safe
Fatur,
flight.
safe flight.
Okay, hold on. So you mean to tell me that the most of the time that when we've had challenges this season and when we've had trouble, it's because we've been getting pressed, right?
No.
Well, we've had challenges for everything.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Absolutely, absolutely.
This season is not a good barometer
for
for us.
everything. No, we have challenges for everything. I completely agree with you. But what I'm saying is the first step in how you break down a team is you press them. If they're bad, you press them. Right?
Sure.
So we should know.
That's
Dag, you
not
saw
the
what
only way you
happened.
break in a team.
Dag, you saw what happened when they tried to press us pretty quickly and they got countered immediately. I don't think like they would have done that for an entire game. I mean, like the Felix chance by itself was essentially created from them trying to press N'Golo, and he just played the ball forward. Like
Exactly.
I don't
agree with you. I agree with you.
The problem is you put an absolute loser of a bum up top.
I completely agree with you. But we also have to look at it from their point of view as well. When you're playing Valverde in the midfield, that means you're probably going to be pressing more. So you need more runners.
But the fact that you have Modric and Kroos also in that midfield means you're not going to press. Those guys have no legs.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
It does, because those guys don't have the legs to press for 90 minutes.
No,
they're
And
older than me.
Benzema, you forgot Benzema. Same.
Benzema.
And hold on a second. Where's the Vucinic position on the field?
Who?
Vunicevic, whatever the kid's name.
Left wing.
Left wing. So he's always hugging the line. You know reason why he's hugging the line?
Space.
Yeah, to have a bigger run at the player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So please tell me, what kind of pressing team separates one winger away from that much space? What team does that to press?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when you press collectively.
How do you press on the offense? You just said when he's on the offense, he hugs the touch line, and then he's pressing from the offense.
No, when he doesn't have the ball, when we have the ball, where he still is located.
He is man. He's literally the entire game. He was man marking one of our center backs. Literally, he was man marking Fofana the entire
was
game.
Vucinic was man marking a player.
You should just say Vinny.
Vinny.
Just say Vinny.
I like Vucevic better. I'm going to be honest.
Oh man,
there is somebody named Vucevic though. I think he plays basketball.
Anyway, Real Madrid high pressing team. Move on.
Against us, they were pressing the shit out of us the entire game.
Madridista also says we almost never press high.
I know, but in these scenarios,
what the fuck was he now?
Look, I'm not talking like I did not just watch the fucking game yesterday. We literally got pressed out of the fucking park.
I watched the two times.
It's
I watched the actual game a second time, and I was more. Never mind.
It's
Go
called a
ahead. Go ahead,
trap.
Doug. Go ahead, Doug. No. Go ahead.
They trap you in the corner and then they press you. So it's not a full press.
It's actually look, it's not actually press, it's the to play out of the back. To play out of the back, you have to have like how far is the out of the back we ever played? Chilwell, James. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when Chilwell and James, this is the highest we go. Then who's supposed to Chilwell and James find? Who's supposed to find our free players up top, right? But when our free players up top do not hold on to the ball, they lose the ball. But that doesn't mean that Real pressed us. It's because the other players did not hold on to the ball. And that ball is quickly going to the Real Madrid threatened players, like Vucinic. So, for example, when everybody said James had a bad game, James had a bad game. For me, the defensively we set up, it was actually Fofana had the worst game than James. Because James is supposed to do what he does on that paper, what he was set up to do. Go look at the second times. Who's the outlet to go forward from our offense, from midfield to offensive?
Yeah.
Look at the outfield. And when you see Sterling and what's his name? Atletico's unprivileged kid and whoever the bum is on the other side, when you see those three do not hold the ball and run with each other with holding the hand, you will understand that there was nothing about the pressing game. There was actually us losing the possession.
Yeah.
Chilwell, no, hold on a second. There is another thing that people don't understand. If Chilwell does not have outlet to go to forward, he has to go back based on how we set up. We set up to play out of press. But the problem is, if you don't go forward, and Real Madrid players know that Chilwell does not have outlet, they know that he's going to have to go back to either Cucurella or Koulibaly. That means that they don't even have to press. They just need to approach him, and mistake will be made. Yeah. They played on our mistakes. They didn't play us to press because there was literally no physical evidence that they actually took the ball away from them one-on-one. We tried to pass it. They got misplaced it. There's a couple of places they did.
Yeah, Can we all talk about how bad Kovacic was yesterday?
Yeah, he was terrible. I think what they did that Dag might be like confusing as pressing is I thought they did a good job like isolating our fullbacks and taking away passing lanes. They didn't press the ball.
Okay, hold on. Yeah.
They surround. Let me finish Dag.
I am.
Hey, let him go. Go on,
Josh. So, like they isolated the guy with the ball. They surrounded him and cut passing lanes away. And Kovacic and Kante and Enzo did a terrible job of showing for the ball to give help, which required Joel or Reese or whoever to sort of funnel the ball back to Kepa and then let Kepa just boot it the fuck out of the way. And that causes problems. The guys trying to pass the ball forward were passing into passing lanes that didn't exist. We had two guys up front. One is just embarrassing on the ball one-on-one. He's about as bad as I've ever seen. Zhao, I do agree with whoever said, like, I think it was Rodrigo, like, if you're going to play that kind of style where you have two guys up front, one of those guys has to be able to win a ball. Felix is not that guy. He'll never be that guy. That's not what he does. He's not going to come win headers. Like I heard Jem this morning talking about, like, well, why didn't Felix drop deeper and pick the ball up? Well, where's he supposed to drop? We have three men in the midfield. He's supposed to be on top of them.
Who's supposed to take his place when he's going?
Right, and when he does drop, who's the forward then? Because it's not Sterling. He's a slow player. Sterling is a slow player.
Josh,
Go ahead.
Josh, name me one time when Felix or Sterling got to the ball when running opposite directions. Like when Kovacic was passing to Felix, every time he does that, Felix is running towards the ball instead of away from the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like into the space. That never happened. You see what I'm saying? So
it happened the one time.
Like one time he did it and he had the chance.
Yeah. Which I thought Henri made a good point. Like when Felix gets, and this is just something you have to just learn. I guess it's a striker's instinct, which I don't think Felix is a striker. But when you're one-on-one like that, and Militao is on your back, which he was past Militao. You have to cut in front of him to make him you have to make him either have to make him foul you, or you have to get in front of him and then he's now behind you and you can have a clearer shot. When he went wide like he did, he stayed wide.
The first touch took it away.
It gives Militao an inside route at stopping the ball. And he did get the shot off. I mean, Courtois made it. It wasn't like a crazy save, but he did get the shot off. But he should have come in front of Militao and made Militao make a decision to foul him or to let him get a shot off. And that was his real mistake there. But outside of that, it was just atrocious.
Real mistake was getting caught by a center back. You're supposed to be fast.
Well,
you don't have the pace I thought he had.
That's not.
I don't think he actually.
Not every
did catch
center
him. Like,
forward are fast.
He gave him an angle instead. He didn't really catch him. He gave him an angle to get in front of him. Which Sterling, if you watch Sterling at one point in the game, he had a similar situation where he was on the run and he did get caught. He got caught big time and he had to pull back and pass the ball backwards. And I mean, it's just a clusterfuck. The setup was wrong. The personnel in certain positions was wrong.
So Frank Lampard's a terrible coach.
I don't think setup was wrong. The
setup was wrong. If those were going to be your forwards, that's the wrong setup.
Yes,
the personnel was wrong. Yeah,
but setup was right, because if you think about why was the threat from James at all on the right side this game?
Yeah, I mean he only had really the one cross.
There wasn't, yeah, and that's because like you said, Sterling, and there was this one moment where Reece had. He had Camavinga drop down and he beat Camavinga and he literally was going straight. There was open grass, and then you see Sterling sitting at the halfway line asking for the ball to his feet instead of making a run into the box.
I thought he was injured. You know that same passage of play.
Yeah,
I thought he was injured.
And I couldn't believe it.
I
was screaming at the TV. I'm like, you're the only fucking attacker. Why are you behind him? And that just explained the entire game. Like the center forwards were dropping when the attackers were forward. And when the forwards were up, all the attackers were fucking defending, or all the midfielders were defending. So
is this a
the
surprise?
cohesion was all over the place. No, absolutely
is this a
not.
Surprise?
Absolutely,
because
not.
we only have like maybe 3 players on the team that actually will make runs, like near post or far post runs. None of our other players do that. I mean, that's basic football. That's football 101 to make near far post runs. And
those guys were on the bench too, Joe. But
those guys were on the bench.
Yeah.
And if you're going to play with two attackers, they have to make runs.
Yeah,
because
one of them does at least, right? Like you got to have one. You got to have one that's trying to get in behind. Like,
okay, somebody answer their phone. Ideally, you'll have one that holds the ball up and flicks a header on, and one that makes a run. That's basics. But you didn't do that. You had.
No.
You see,
I don't know why you play players.
I see. Go ahead, Rodrigo. I already spoke. Go ahead.
I was going to say this is what I said. The only person, due to the squad that we have, that can at least win the ball in the air and flick it on is Kai Havertz. I know he's a poor player, but at least he can do it. Once in a blue moon, you kick the ball long to him.
I disagree with you, Rodrigo, on one specific point. If you understand why set up and the way we set up and the way we're supposed to play did not work, that's the reason why those players are off. Because when did the actual, you're talking about the win the ball in the air. When was the actual ball was in the air to either Felix or to Sterling?
Well,
no, there wasn't.
Played it long.
There was.
Yeah, but hold on a second. You misunderstanding play out of the back. Out of circumstances, you clear the ball out long versus the passes into the air. Nobody was directly passing to them in the air. We kick the ball high under necessity because we're pressing too high. We're about to get caught in a position in the danger zone. We had to clear the ball. Those are the balls that you're talking about, but those not are passes. Yeah. We didn't supposed to play that way. Like I said, you misunderstand the way we're supposed to play. And that's the bad problem. If you understand the way we're supposed to play versus how it turned out, you will understand the point of it. But if you think in the way how you look at the game from specifically, like you're saying, what's his name? What's his name? Freaking German fraud.
Havertz.
Kai Havertz. If Kai Havertz was on the field, it doesn't mean that we will play ball into his head. And he could flick it. You see what I'm
He's gotta
saying?
win the duel
Well,
first.
Militao would have bullied him.
That's what
Again,
I'm saying. It's we did not supposed to pass those balls in the air. We're supposed to pass it underground. We're supposed to out pass them in the midfield.
It was the midfield. Exactly, yeah. It was.
Well,
that
we didn't
midfield,
do
yeah.
that because we had.
But
Exactly.
we
Kovacic
didn't do
took a
that.
day
But
off.
we set up that way. So it's kind of like a
Yeah, Kovacic took the day off, and I really don't need to see him in the team anymore
I agree. Giving
because
him
he's
that
been
captaincy,
awful all
that
year long.
captaincy was wicked. That shit's a wicked decision. It makes no sense.
So you have a young midfielder named Carney Chukwuemeka who can dribble. He's more physical than Kovacic, bigger dude. Maybe give him a shot because
Yeah.
Kovacic doesn't look like he's going to be here next year. So why are you still playing him?
Yeah, he looks like he's on the beach.
He's got 1 year left. He's going in the summer. They haven't had any contract talks with him, so they're not extending his contract.
maybe because they don't know what kind of manager is and will wait for the manager to determine if they should talk.
Well,
no,
they're already talking to
why no?
Kante. They're already doing Kante's.
Yeah,
They're
And
trying to do
let's-
mounts.
yeah.
No,
That's-
that's a
that's
lie. They're
different.
not doing mounts.
No, they were trying to though.
Well, I
By
mean,
the
they
way,
offered
I
him.
have-
They
I have
offered
a-
him.
I have a different perspective based on what Josh said earlier on Mount. Josh said, Josh what say reasonable critiques about what's his name, Sterling, and that's what, if you think about it, that's why Mount was actually arguing towards the salary, towards the thing, because if Sterling is the bum as he is, gets paid that much, and he doesn't get respect, why not? Why not for Mount to ask the same money?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
I agree with you, but
I mean, you
that's-
made one mistake. Why make a second one?
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it is his at
He has
his
a point,
how you
yeah.
say it.
He has a point.
It's prerogative.
Yeah, it's his prerogative. You understand what I'm saying? Now Chubel
yeah.
got the freaking raise.
Mhm.
He's not on
at-
180 anymore.
He's at 2K.
Oh, is that 200K?
Yeah, it
Oh,
still
man.
depends. It still depends. We don't know what's the first number and what's the second number. Like what's the base and what's the thing. But what I'm saying is like you need to understand why. Like for example, if I'm an employee in the office and I have a bum that does less or same thing, and people thinking that he's good. And to tell you the truth, did you even see Sterling do that kind of turn? What Mount did?
Nope.
I didn't even
Nope.
watch Mount. I turned it off after we went 2-0 down.
I
I'm
had a
like, nope.
nice little half turn into a shot.
Don't get me back on that thing about the Chelsea fans.
Alex.
Patricia, I don't want to lose my shit again, but anyway,
Well, why would I continue to watch it?
don't watch it from the first place. Did you think we're gonna win?
No.
So why did you turn it on?
Oh, there's always hope.
Blind faith. Blind faith.
There's always
Blind
hope.
I didn't think we were going to win either, to be
Blind
fair.
faith. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
like
to
a
you.
hope.
I had zero hope. I had zero hope until what's
I
his
had
name?
hoped for a draw.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
weird. It's a.
yeah.
I think that's what Frank hoped for when he set up. I think the way he
it
set
was.
up the
It was
midfield, he would have. I think he wanted to get out of there with a 0-0 if he could. If just based off the way he put the guy, like the team he put out there. Like I just, for me, it was a weird game because I actually don't really rate Real Madrid that highly. I don't think they're that good of a team. So
I
it
don't
looked
think
like
they're good either.
it kind of looked like two mid teams just kind of going back and forth for a
City
little
will
bit. Like,
destroy them. City will destroy them.
yeah, I like once we went down to 10 men. I mean, we almost looked more compact when we. I mean, obviously they set back a bit, and we set back a bit more not to concede again. But like, I just it was so disjointed. of what we were trying.
Josh, I think if we had Aubameyang on that forward line,
Sure.
with even with Felix beside him, not like a parallel, but like right beside each other. Because when you one thing that when every what's his name? One couple of moments in the game that actually first what's the name? We had Felix won the first touch, and he kind of like lay off and spins and trying to go run and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's actually, for example, he lay off for Kovacic. Kovacic turns around and go backwards, but Felix already goes forward.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Those kind of moments, it happened during the game couple of times. And I think if it's Aubameyang layup for Felix and Aubameyang turns around, Felix would have found them.
Yeah, he did it with Enzo. He tried to play a quick one to Enzo and go, and Enzo just played it right back to where he was and turned it over. And it's like, I thought that, and I love Enzo. I think he's been our best player since we got him, but I thought he was poor yesterday too. I mean,
he was poor. He was poor.
Yeah, that midfield was just letting each other down though.
Yeah, they didn't help. None of them helped. They looked like three individuals.
Passes.
Well, they looked like they hadn't played together. Imagine that they haven't.
No, absolutely, Jester. But come on, bro. Like there's training sessions.
No, it's a simple training session. No,
it's a simple 1-2.
Stop. Training sessions mean nothing when you get in a real game. You don't find chemistry in training sessions. You find if you talk over me, I'm just going to keep talking. Okay. You find chemistry playing game in and game out together in the same positions, so you know where everybody's going to be, just like Man City does, just like Real Madrid does. They know exactly where so-and-so is going to be at any given time because they play game in, game out. If you continue to chop and change lineups and chop and change formations, you build zero chemistry, and you're basically saying, hey, guys, go out there and do your best.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I definitely look like that. But my concern more with the way they played yesterday is they didn't look like they wanted to help each other at all. Like they all just kind of stood in there at one area and just were just waiting around. Nobody was showing for the ball. Nobody was trying to do a 1-2 with each other.
I 100% agree with you, Justin. 100%. But I'm asking for a person to make a 5-yard pass. I'm not asking them to cut through ball 30 yards down the field.
That if you watch again, watch that. If you had the chance to watch again, you'll see they were playing in one line. How can you make a 5? Like they're all a bunch in the. So the three midfielders, the way I was saying them, they were all so congested in a small area. And they left so much gap out wide. He was away. The setup.
If you're watching, watch along with us. If you're watching, watch along with us. It's not only midfielders that do it. It's actually the whole setup of the team. Like for example, it's like Corona distance between them. Like you must keep 6 feet away from each other. You cannot do more or you cannot do less. Well, I yelled my bloody freaking when Fofana goes with the ball and Reece James is like right on the side, running right beside him. That's what I think. Reece James is not as good as offensive as Trent because Trent will actually exploit that space.
Exactly.
James does not like to take on the players. But one thing he can do, he has a pace. And in this specific situation, if he would have gone slightly forward, Fofana will pass the ball forward. He doesn't have to beat one-on-one. He only have to use his pace. But again, the reason why second time I watched, and I was actually at this moment at the game, I understood why he didn't. Where was the Sterling and where was the Felix?
No runners.
If I was actually thinking like Reece James, do this and he will use the speed to beat him, there was still nobody there. That's why he didn't even try.
Yeah, Alex, you remember that there was that one moment where he did try it, and then he crossed the ball, and it literally, I'm pretty sure Courtois just collected it. But there was
it was actually actually got corner. We got corner because Militao cleared it.
No, that's another time. That's another time. I'm talking about there was a one time where
in the first half,
Reece turned around and he just looked dumbfounded. Like the camera focused on him and he was just confused because there was nobody.
You know what's so annoying? Like Lampard Lampard is so stupid. He said in a press conference, "I'm not gonna watch the game last season." I mean, maybe he didn't, but if he did, come on, he should have done that because the Madrid, the same players that Madrid had last season are the same players that were pretty much on the pitch. The same players that we had last season, apart from
that's what I said. If Para that's what I said. I was like, look, Para does not have to do anything to set up.
Yeah.
We have majority of the players from the past 2 times that we play. Just play them and say like, go play the way you played 2 games.
Exactly.
And they had Camavinga playing left back. We could have exploited that so hard with Reece. It was just a weird.
Inverting.
setup.
That's what they were
I
making.
think
That's what
we
they were
set
making.
up to midfield look good. It's the outlet for the midfield to go forward was non-existent.
Yeah.
Sterling
I mean, there was still,
Sterling
yeah,
was.
you're right.
I've
Yeah.
never seen Sterling so poor. The
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
was like worthless, man. And you remember that chance, that new post? People thought that it was Sterling.
It wasn't. He went off the
It
defender.
wasn't. It was actually he missed that ball. It was Militao
Wow.
that cleared it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Militao. It would have been an own goal.
The own goal.
Yeah,
yes, it was going to be the
people
own
just say
goal.
like, "Oh, that was our best shot." I go, "Yeah." Reece basically used him as a backboard to try to bounce the ball into the goal. Like he didn't do anything special. Like
There's actually a reason for it. It's you do that on purpose. You push the ball into the danger area because it's hard for defender to wrap the ball to clear it, and you're doing it hoping for the mistake from the center backs. I've done it. I scored my own goals because of those kind of crosses. So I'd hate those balls, man, when they come in, because you gotta be 100% sure the way you clear it. And
Even a good hit,
Militao, he didn't clear it. It's almost on goal.
Yeah, he didn't clear it. He just went off.
By the
of it,
way,
and I don't think he
do
knew
you
much
see
about it.
what kind of wrist Courtois has? His wife was in Spain. He was in England. He had plenty of time to make those wrists strong.
Great analysis. Brilliant analysis.
We're going to talk about a little bit of news.
I don't.
What news?
Sadio Mane has been suspended.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Tuchel's
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he punched him.
Him and Sane got in a fight.
Smacked him in
Yeah.
the face.
And also apparently it's down to Luis Enrique or Julian Nagelsmann. All the rest of the noise out there about managers is
So we're not getting. So we're not re-signing Lampard then.
no.
How much
Nagelsmann
percentage?
or
Is there
Enrique.
still hope? Is there still hope? Just
Yeah, go tell the Glare to put the house on it, man. I think you can get good odds for that. That was the funniest conversation I've ever heard in my life. I was
I swear, Josh, man, I
declared, you
couldn't believe
know why they give them little odds, right? So people will put more money on that, and then they'll take that money from you. like no shit. No one's
going
gonna
to Enrique, though. I'm happy with that.
Declare, I swear, Declare. It's like if he's a betting man, that was like the worst Declare that actually. That's the worst thing he ever said for me, man. It's like, well, the odds are over there. The odds are not to put the bets on the favorites. The odds are to take a chance on not the favorites.
Yeah, I'll spend $100 to win 5. That worked out. Yeah.
And pay taxes 70%.
Yeah, I
know.
think
I
that,
stand with Mane. Sane deserved to get slapped in the face. Fuck that kid.
Yeah.
What did he
Wow,
say?
it was awful Bayern Munich.
Nothing. He just looks like a guy who needs to get his face slapped occasionally.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just looks like
He
a
said,
kind of
"Fuck the
prick.
man bun. Fuck
Yeah.
the man bun."
By the way, remember when we were drawing in the Champions League and everybody wanted Bayern, but all of a sudden Bayern was such a good team?
Bayern have lost their last 2 straight, I think.
I think everybody wanted Bayern in the draw, but all of a sudden everybody thought that Bayern was a good team for some reason.
no, that's Bundesliga tax. I told y'all about the Bundesliga this year. It's crap.
I think
It is
You were right on that one.
he beat Dortmund, and I think they've lost every game since then.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
that Dortmund was the best? Like people underestimated Dortmund and how good of as a team in the Champions League, even and like Dortmund was actually the strongest Germany team in the Champions League. And what's the name? The other team that
Bayern?
played City before.
Bayern?
No,
Before?
Leipzig.
Leipzig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a
just all
good team too.
garbage.
I thought. What the fuck?
Did you just?
No, okay.
Oh my
well,
god!
Did you just finish up?
Another
This-
90
the-
minutes.
No, the
another
village
90 minutes,
idiot
no
is here.
appearance.
The village idiot is here. God.
So yeah, it just look. We could sit here and talk about how bad everything was, and it was bad. But
I just hope
honestly
people understand the way setup was to what people think that the way setup is. Setup is the different way. I think it just did not work out. That's it.
I blame the players, man, more than the manager.
Yeah, we should have started, yeah.
No. I actually blame both. He's the one that picked those two to put up top, thinking that they can actually like hold on to the ball. But
that's
hey,
not the right picture.
but hey,
I knew he was going to have this weird fetish for Sterling because he's an English international.
Yeah,
He's a little bit of a veteran
Imagine
player. Like, yeah, I know, right? But like, just when you hear him talk about him, it's like, all right, dude, you didn't watch any Chelsea. I could tell. He said that game was the first one he's been at all year. I can tell because he hadn't watched a game.
Whoa, who else would you?
What's funny about it is like you decided to go for an
did you watch the game?
You decided to go for an experimental partnership in a quarterfinal of the Champions League.
Yeah, he's never done it.
He was trying to hold on.
No, I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing this because
he was trying to unlock
What
a
are you
new
saying,
version
Zia?
of lockdown Pulisic.
no, I'm not hearing this, Scott. Because if he started that clown in Havertz, everyone would be screaming at him. Why are you starting Havertz? But he starts something new because he's just come into the club. We're shitting on
And
him.
how did it?
What's happening?
And how did it work?
Well, it wouldn't have worked
It
the other way.
probably didn't work out the same as the Havertz was on.
No, but Scott, at the same time,
Tell you the truth,
did you
I'll
see
hope
the players?
the only player that actually good in the false nine, it's Pulisic.
Which is where I think he brought him on to be in the false nine our last game out. Who did we lose to at the other weekend? Who did we lose?
Wolves.
Wolves. Yeah, he brought him on and put him up top at the end of the Wolves game. It's like, okay, I guess, man. I don't.
Bro, the players were disgraced. I'm sorry. There were about 7 players that had complete disaster classes. They were scared. They didn't want the ball. All of that, right? So that's why I'm blaming the players more than managers.
Like,
Sorry?
I said, you could throw the manager in that as well. Alex was correct.
Yeah, you
like,
can
it's just
throw.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't great by Frank by any means. You know,
I was gonna say like the again, I didn't watch the game, but everything I was hearing from like Alex on the stream and Lewis and everyone, like the fact that he's like making the changes like Mount for Silva, like when Silva's arguably the best centre back that was playing based on what I heard last night.
Yeah, but he just came back from injury. He did say he had to manage his minutes.
Oh, and you had a guy that was on a yellow card that wanted to was trying to imitate Upamecano the night before, and another guy who ended up getting injured. Like
and then Mount comes on. Listen, Mount kicked the shit out of Carvalho. He's lucky he didn't see some kind of card. He stuttered. He like straight kicked him with his studs. Like he's lucky. I don't think he even got a yellow on that. Like,
he did it.
Yeah, that was a bad challenge.
Yeah,
again, that's Mount. That's what Mount does. Mount's done that so many games this season when he's come on. The Fulham game, the Dortmund game, where he got that stupid yellow card for no reason, and then he was banned for the return leg.
Well, I think if he would have got a yellow
by the time, the game is already gone by the time.
Sure.
That was making the sub just to make it a sub.
Sure, and then he brings, at one point he brought Gallagher on too. It's like at that point, I think he was just trying to not lose 3-0. It was like,
Look, like I said, if people watch the second, because I watched the game second time, I understand this setup. I just don't understand that how he thought that's those two up top will actually hold to the ball. Have no idea. I understand Felix would have held on to the ball, but the Felix, even the Sterling, if he will get the hold of the ball, there's still no outlets for him. Yeah. Like that's why I'm thinking like, Frank, what the hell were you thinking by putting those? And then I look at the bench, and I was like, the only thing I would have done it's probably play what's his name, Pulisic, instead of Sterling, or go 4-3-3. I know a few people saying like I don't know.
The worst bit about it as well is I spoke about this. I think this was mentioned on the stream last night. Is like if you're playing a 3-5-2, your creativity comes from either the wing backs. Who are good at certain things. They're not dynamic enough, either of them.
No,
for different reasons, but they're not dynamic enough. Or you need it from the midfield, and we've already spoken about Enzo. It was always the deepest of the midfielders, so he can't really.
He likes that. I swear, there's the couple of times. I'm sorry to interrupt you. There's a couple of times, Scott, that when in a game that Felix actually had chance to go forward, But he he had the chance because the other two midfielders were behind him. He refused it.
But also as well is like what I mean in terms of creativity is you need someone to help join the front two, and none of the midfield three are going to do that. And if they are, if any of them are, it's going to be
By two
Kovacic.
tight spaces. If they do
Yeah,
that,
no,
they
bro.
too tight to each other.
Y'all be good.
So you
We already
just-
know
you
with
just-
Kovacic.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, we already know with Kovacic his limitations in the final third, and he's probably of the three the most likely to get forward. Also, as well, I don't know if it is going to be if it's been talked about that Chilwell red card. I don't actually put as much blame on Cucurella as people did last night. That
I don't
midfield,
even blame him.
I don't even
that
blame
I
him.
don't even blame
Did
him.
you watch it, by the way? Did you watch
I
it back?
watched
Alex?
it.
That midfield
Yeah, I
three,
watched the game second time.
bro. I watched it. So it was on when I was on the casually stream after the watch along. I went back and watched it. That midfield three was pathetic. The reason that Cucurella steps up is because the midfield three are holding hands. They're all holding hands basically 5 yards.
There's a moment I actually brought alphabet people because the way what's his name, Kovacic and Felix are running with each other. Like, seriously, are those two a thing now? The way
But
they
this
run
is- this
beside
is-
each other.
But this is what I'm saying, Alex. That there were so many players that were terrible. Like when I say terrible, worse than they have been previously. Like very,
Because
very bad.
Zia, let me
Very
tell you
bad.
why.
Like
Let me tell
shockingly
you why
bad.
they were terrible. Because you're in a Champions League quarter-final. The manager set up a plan. The managers insisted to
No, I'm
follow
not
the
hearing
plan.
this. I'm not
And
hearing
then,
this. I'm not
and
hearing
then
this.
they look confused. They look lost. With
No.
the plan.
Stop.
You
Stop.
do
The
not
basics
stop,
of
Habibi.
football they
No,
did not do.
Habibi.
You cannot blame the
Habibi.
manager on the basics of football. They did not
No,
do the
you-
basics.
You can blame
What's
What
the
are the
basics?
basics of football?
Any
What are the-
basics. Being
what are
able
those
to
basics?
string a pass. Actually
No,
not being
Zia,
scared
you're
to
right.
connect the
Not-
ball.
You're right in that respect in terms of for the basics of football, for like the passing and stuff. Depending on where people are positioned, you blame on the players. But I'm talking about from like a tactical perspective, from like a positional perspective. That the players he put on the pitch in terms of that front two and the midfield three and the going 3-5-2 was stupid because you were never going to get anything out of that. Yeah, you had the one chance with Felix, right? But bar that, you're not getting anything out of that because there's no creativity. We saw the same thing last season under Tuchel when we played it against City. It was the same thing apart from you had Jorginho in instead of Enzo, and it was the same fucking problem because
Exactly.
again,
That's-
no creativity from there was no creativity from the wing backs because, as I just mentioned, they're not dynamic enough, so they can't beat a man on the dribble.
Win
They
backs.
can't.
Yeah. What's the
if
first two
they're not
win backs I
confident
do?
in- and the
Either
midfield
cross
three-
or take on the players. None
Yeah,
of
and
the
the
win backs
midfield-
can do that.
People
You
that
have
probably
to
don't want to
play-
hear this.
Yeah,
Sorry, Alex. People probably don't want to hear this, and I don't want this to happen. But if you're going to play a midfield three in a 3-5-2, one of those three midfielders needs to be Gallagher or Mount because they will.
I completely agree. Scott.
Exactly.
But then we're in the position where both of those guys are shit. So what you don't want them to
Yeah.
be playing.
But I don't agree with this dynamic. What do you mean
Yeah,
they're not
or
dynamic fullback?
The other option, sorry, John. The other option, just last one. The other option, if you want to play this, and I don't know why he isn't fucking playing more, is play Carney.
Yeah. No, Jeremy, I completely.
I
I said
think,
this.
I think
said
the
this.
game is too big for Carney. That's the only reason I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
probably he hasn't played enough this year to really throw him in at the Bernabeu.
Same
But
as
no, I said
Modric.
I said this a couple of weeks ago, Scott. Like, if you're gonna play Kante, Enzo, and Kovacic as a midfield three, you're basically just asking for a 0-0 because there's no balance there in the midfield, unfortunately. So, like, if you did want to have a bit more going forward with a 3-man midfield, you'd have to do like Kante, Enzo, and Mount or something. Because that third midfielder has to have a little bit of final third abilities,
Threat
right?
of taking a shot on the goal.
You can do
it. Who knows
threat.
better? Who knows better than Real Madrid how Kovacic shoots from on target?
Right. Yeah, I just like you have to have that third. If you're going to play a 3-man, that third midfielder has to have a little bit more going forward because the other two are so particular in what they do. It's
Josh, you can still do that. You can play a 3-3-3-1 where instead of having your traditional wing backs as James and Chilwell, you can have wingers there because then what you're asking your three midfielders to cover the spaces. Remember when we played Salzburg under Potter, or where we won 2-1, he played Pulisic and Sterling as wing backs, and then the three midfielders, their role is to cover the spaces that because those three guys, you send them wide high and wide.
Exactly, and they can take a player on play versus one
Yes.
versus one. You
Yes.
you cannot have the wingbacks that that can't beat the player.
Exactly. So
which is
they're in a line. You see a line. Someone saw. Do you see this picture going around? All the players were in one straight line.
And the furthest guy. What's funny about that is the furthest guy forward in that moment was Chilwell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what's great? I mean, obviously they're playing well, but I love what Pep's doing right now with like that 3-2-4-1 that he's been playing.
Mhm.
Like, my word, is that an offensive formation? Like, you're going to take a pounding for 90 minutes. You better be ready to bring your lunchbox, because like that just
And
there's
you know
so
what
much,
else? You
there's
know what
so
else,
much
Josh, about
offensive
that?
and defensive stability in that formation. Like,
Josh,
Josh,
you know what
what
else?
he's done
They
with-
don't want the possession. They don't want as much possession as Pep usually demands. They don't want to have that much possession.
What
They
they've
are
done
great.
as well, what they've done with it, because that was kind of what they were doing anyway, but all they've done is change the fullbacks. Because what they used to have was in attack, they used to do that in terms of the 3-2-5, but it would be the three centre backs would be the two centre backs and Rodri. And then in the midfield, it would be one of the fullbacks inverting and then Gundogan or whoever. And then the other fullback would be high up the pitch. Whereas now the two fullbacks are centre backs. So one inverts into the midfield, the other one becomes the third centre back.
Josh,
And their
that's
width
what Thomas
is now,
Tuchel wanted.
I was going to say, their width is now it's the wingers. Like their width.
And he put
That's what
Stones in
Thomas
the midfield.
Tuchel wanted. You have a playing center backs that becomes fullbacks when they have to. They can cover. They know how the lines are being covered. That Ake kid, my God. Remember when people saying like 45 for Ake?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My thing is, again with the 3-man midfield, I agree with Scott. Like, if you're gonna try to have anything going forward, one of those three has to be
I
Mount
agree
or
with you
Gallagher.
and Scott on that. There was no cohesion between those three midfielders.
It's why
No
we said for time, even before Enzo came, that as good as they all are as individuals, in my opinion anyway, and Kante, Kovacic and Jorginho, their fit is horrible because if Kovacic was better, if Kovacic could somehow go back to how he was at Inter, where he was great going forwards and he was a dynamic number 10, perfect. But where he's like changed into a number 8 and going forward, he's horrible. Like, he's got good aspects, but in the final third, he's horrible. Yeah, it just doesn't work because you've got
Couch,
nothing
we
in the-
have couch is we have more in comments on the theory the way we like the games to be played than me and Couch have been on the same page with the same specific players that we want more time than actually is. I think that I rate Couch takes on game a lot. By the way, guys, follow his channel. Great reviews on the games, but
I think with the Ake thing,
promote in the comments. I'll pin the tweet.
I think with the Ake thing, obviously he couldn't play last night, but I think we've got someone that can do that job in Badiashile. It's just for some reason he's not been picked the last few games.
No, I don't think. No. I will agree. I will disagree with you. Fofana is the one that Ake only he is on the right side. That's how it is, Scott. I don't think. At least I didn't see Badiashile. Maybe he has. I just don't think he's that kind of playmaker from the back.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like Ake sometimes.
I think his passing is underrated. I think his passing
passing is immense passing from Bale. He's better passing than Koulibaly.
Yeah.
But again, another thing on Cucurella, don't get jumped out of the. This is the thing. The players that we signed, I do not want to jump on them until I see the new manager and how he plays. If he wants to get them gone, yes, it will be Guardiola. Exactly, more. Guardiola is the one that on the left side more than you know what I'm saying.
Guardiola would be sick for that.
Yeah, sick for that system. Yeah. But that's how they knew. If you think about it, that's what Tuchel, me and Moya talking about last season when Tuchel was buying players. This is how he wanted it. Just thinking, who was going to be a wingback that we were going for? Remember when people laugh at us?
It was Rafinha.
Rafinha.
We were looking at.
Remember when we all laughed at saying like, "Oh my God, Tuchel to Chile Bun's going to put Rafinha in the wingback." Oh my
Yeah, but
god!
Alex, that just came from ignorance of not realizing like how Tuchel used the wingbacks. Like, I mean, if you watch this at any point when we had played it with wingbacks with Tuchel, they were by far the most creative and most forward players in the team. Like,
Yeah, guess why? Because Mount was the one that's stability in the midfield.
right. So like to have a more like attack minded player and put him in that position, it would just facilitate his system a bit more. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It is what it is.
Yesterday game was asking too much of that 3-man midfield. Did you realize they were actually Lampard was asking them to run forward to become wingers and to run back quickly in that position and stay in the 3-man midfield.
Yes,
I don't know if this is obviously Kante has so much energy. I saw Kovacic doing that in the first half, but after a while he got tired and he was doing stupid fouls.
You can
midfield.
Rodrigo, how you can have a Vunucci, whatever that guy's name is, Vini. How you can have a Vini, one of the best players on the planet Earth, in the wide position, and you're supposed to be creative and at the same time, be a defensive.
Exactly. Yeah. That's basically what Lampard
you have to choose what you have to choose, and that's what I think Lampard is underestimated.
It basically means in that situation, you're relying a lot on your right centre back, which is fine. Apart from our right centre back, again, from what I heard based on what you were saying, Alex, was garbage. We got a yellow card.
No. That's not a
okay, maybe not garbage. I'll say Paul.
No. He was garbage.
Especially him getting a yellow card.
By default. It's
for him getting a yellow card means that where he's got that yellow card, it becomes so much harder for him to defend because especially against Vinny, any stupid little foul, especially with refs in the Champions League, he's off. Any stupid foul where he doesn't need to make it.
I gotta try to remember the kid's name. Look, he was garbage, but he was garbage by default of the system, not because he's garbage is a defender. It's because you leave him. Like, where's the James when there's? You know how good that kid is. That even when James was there, he spun James off and Fofana at a couple of times.
Well,
when they are together, hold on, Jar. He spun off two of them when they together. What do you think he's gonna do to Fofana when James is out of position when he was going forward and who can find Sterling?
Alex, I've just had a thought as well. Do you know what's funny about this, by the way? If you want to play the 3-5-2, right? Do you know what's funny? Do you know what it's actually probably better for you to do? Is play James at centre back and then have a winger at wing back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
that's where it makes sense. That's where it makes sense.
I think garbage is. I didn't think Fofana was garbage. I thought he had a bad moment for sure, but he was way. I thought the big difference from when we played Real last time, where Reece was like off the charts awesome, is because in that game, Reece's job was to stay on Vinny's hip the whole game. It was like, you take this guy out of the game. Yeah. And he did that. This game, Frank was like, Fofana, can you do that? And that way, that'll let Reece get more forward. And it's a really hard task for one center back to like make sure this guy doesn't hurt us. And he did have a mistake where he let him get inside of him, which is when he tapped the ball back to Benzema. But I just, to me, when you're gonna play, if you're gonna play Real and you almost have to do that and just like Reece, just take this guy out of because that's really all they did. Real just tried to ping balls to Vinny all game. It was like, let him get it, run it to the end line and and play the ball back to the middle. Like, you kind of have to tell Reece, like, just take him out of the game and we'll make it work with the other.
Especially on the away game. What was Frank thinking in the away game?
Yeah, agreed. Because the Bernabeu is so big and wide. Like, you just put Reece on Vinny and say, don't let him do a thing. We'll get out of here with a 0-0 or something. Maybe we can get a goal. And when we get back to the bridge, you'll have more freedom to do your thing. But it was just, I think, just a bunch of mistakes from the way we said. It is what it is. I get it.
It is what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not over, man. It's not over.
It's over anyway, but like...
No, it's not over. No, it's not.
No, it's over.
It's not.
But like, that's... As Cap said, like,
that's when me and Scott is different.
Yeah,
I will watch the game. I will look. I'll watch the game when Chelsea was no good, man. So I'm not spoiled. So
that's fair. Like, I just didn't want to watch it. I just didn't want to bring myself to watch it.
Fine.
I watched the highlights just because I wanted to see like the red card, to see who was at fault, and I wanted to see the goals again.
Look, I think the system was fine. He just used the personnel wrong.
Yeah,
That second
like,
goal was a joke.
that second goal was just an embarrassment. Like
Sunday League, bro. Sunday League.
Like I tell you what, if you want to talk about the manager and the backroom staff on that second goal, go right ahead. Like
Whoa, why?
Something's not right there. Like either you're not instructing the players right, or they're just stupid.
No, they fell asleep, Scott. They fell asleep.
No, but
because Madrid took the corner quick.
No, but even if they take a quick corner, surely you should be able to reset and you should be able to like get a couple of guys out. The fact that there were 4 guys standing in a line, only 2 of them were marking anyone. The other 2, I don't know what they were doing. None of them reacted. You had 2 guys in the box that were just standing there, and then you had Cucurella who was like half pressing and someone next to him who was half pressing. None of them, like apart from the Cucurella and whoever else, I think it might have been Kovacic, no one else looked like they were interested or switched on. And it's like, I understand it was a short corner,
no,
but it looked like that the whole game, Scott. That's what I'm trying to say. The whole game, it looked like that.
And then that save.
Look, it's Habibi, Habibi, it's so discouraging. It's so discouraging. Then when you're trying to do what you're told by a manager, and it doesn't work, it's actually it's so deep. You don't have idea. I understand the players that will look like they did not interested. I understand the players that didn't look that interested, but I can tell you why, because I felt that no matter, when you play a good team or good setup team, whenever you try, it doesn't work, and you just like you become deflated.
Exactly.
I don't think it's the player. Like I don't want to go on players say like wait, like Kovacic, Bavar, like Lewis said, he's already at the beach. I don't think it's that. I just think you get really deflated whenever you try to do, you can't. Like the midfield was so bad yesterday. It's not because the mid players are the bad, because they played together. They know how to play. It's outlet from forward, not connecting to the midfield. Sometimes the midfield not connecting with midfield. From threat of Real Madrid, you got to realize at the same time, do not let Real Madrid become a bigger threat than what you're creating. Like you get, how you said, you get down on yourself, but don't forget, if you're getting down on yourself and you're trying to motivate yourself to be better in the game, there's another thing that people don't realize. You cannot let our team become better. So you have to forget about what you're supposed to do and do not let the other team score. It's draining. It's draining for the as a physical person. That's why I'm saying, if you're a team and if you're a player and the highest standards, the mentality for me of the player is the bigger than actual physical abilities, because mental becomes first when they're in their situation. And I don't think it was fair on the players, because no matter what they tried, you can make Sterling hold the ball and take on the player. You can make Felix and Kovacic run with held in home. It's just drainful for the people, as the humans. But still time, they're not good because they don't have that mental. They couldn't break that mental. So they're not that high level players. That's all it is.
He's raping their mic.
Not Alex. Scott, going back to the corner thing you mentioned, Lampard is like notoriously known for not defending set pieces well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that come from the man.
Set pieces for ages. We were shit on the Potter. We were shit on the Tuchel for a while. Like, I don't know what it is.
But that's like schoolboy stuff, to not be switched on.
Oh yeah, that's
I
stupid.
think under Tuchel, actually, the reason we became shit especially at the beginning of this season, I think is Mendy's. When Mendy's confidence dropped, I think he affected a lot of players. But you can't say you can't say that, because I remember Lampard first were really bad, and Anthony Barry came in. We actually improved. We were scoring goals. Remember Zuma was scoring a lot of goals from set pieces and defending them properly. It's just that when Mendy's confidence dropped, and then we start considering, like the West Ham game, for example, that come to mind, and a couple more games that we play, we just look so shaky on set pieces. But I think it was due to Mendy's confidence coming in, not collecting the ball.
Yeah, I still want Biscuit's hands out. That's no defense.
Out.
Like there's no tactical defending there. There's no system. There's no system to defend that goal. There's no
The second goal, right,
Yeah,
Alex?
you know what I'm
That
saying.
was
You can
horrible.
say somehow defend. You can somehow defend the players based on what it is, but you cannot be exposed at the same time with those freaking, like, literally. I was talking with somebody and I said, like, look, as long as they don't shoot outside the box, we're fine. What's his name? The Kepa is good in the tight spaces. He's good in the blocking the quick shots from inside the box. It's the outside. The minute I said it, the guy taking a shot. It wasn't even a
Fofana
hard
was kind
shot.
of in his way. Fofana was kind of in his way.
Bro, but he's still right there, and he's still at that side of the goal. He can't get, like, how the hell does he not save that ball? Do not say Fofana. You know how many
How do you defend? Look, what's your name, Habibi? I was gonna turn the camera, but my camera's on. The way you block the shot, you make yourself bigger. By making yourself bigger, you do not put your legs together. When shot is outside the box, you don't make yourself small to block the shot. You're making yourself bigger. And how do you make yourself bigger, Habibi? Well, I don't even want to you ride in the Fatur's neck, but you usually spread your legs, you make your body bigger to block the shots. And the legs, you don't keep them together. That's all I can tell you. As a defender, you don't keep your legs together from the shots outside the box. If it's in the close to the box, yeah, you put your legs together. Because goalkeeper trust you, you will not make that shot go through your legs. But from outside the box, you make yourself bigger.
These people that are saying Fofana is not transparent and all that. Okay, we understand that. But still, the shot was on Kepa's side. Like, Kepa was positioned right near the side where the shot was. Like, that's a save that he should be making all day long. Like, I understand the first goal is not his fault. Like, I don't blame him that much on the first goal. You guys could be, like, people could be hypercritical. But the second one, he has to be doing better. Outside the box, he's anticipating the ball. He made down and got down. I think got a hand to it too. So I don't know. And then you need your keeper in moments like this. Like, look at Courtois, for instance, right? As big as he is, I know that Sterling shot wasn't as hard, but he still had to get down and save that. You feel me? It's like
Sterling, it was on goal. Watch the replay.
Yeah, whatever that shot, he still had to get down and save it. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Giraffe hands, got it. I give you the reason why. His wife was in Spain, he was in England. Those wrists are working out pretty well.
All of that. Big up Felix saying the worst part of the interim is that we don't know who the real coach wants to keep and get rid. We won't have real games to figure out before next season. Well, we're looking at two managers that are out of work, so they can be
Felix.
make their own decisions.
No, what happened to the percentage of Lampard getting a job?
Oh no,
I think it's gone down.
I heard that, Alex, too. But I don't know how you got so confused on odds. You know how that whole conversation started because you said 0.00 chance. I'll put my house on it, and then I brought up the fact that these people put information into a number, and that's the odds.
Declare
0.00000. You know what? There's still a lot of games, Alex. Anyway, I don't want Lampard in. You're gonna see the fan base turn.
I can understand. I've misunderstood what you said, or I don't understand the odds because English is not. But don't talk to me. Talk to Josh. Josh was there too, and he's making fun of you too. So
are numbers different in Russian? Or what are you saying?
No,
numbers are the same. It's got nothing to do with English,
Josh
buddy.
Is an American, and he thinks you're idiot.
Yeah, you guys can think I'm idiot. Nothing wrong with what I said. It wasn't 0.000 chance that you guys were putting in. All you guys talked about is I'll put my house on it, and Kai wanted to bet too, and you guys didn't understand that it wasn't such a slim chance, and you didn't even take our owners into account. Our owners are making wrong decisions flat out. But the guy could, put hire Potter. Why can't he hire Lampard? I can't see what Joe said. I'll pull it up.
There's no heels in Australia.
Anybody have more context to what he's saying that Real Madrid, he didn't know Real Madrid was that good? Because I think someone said there's more context to it, but that postman, he said that he didn't know Real Madrid was that good.
No, I think it's a
Yeah.
false translation from Spanish
Yeah.
to English. He
Oh,
didn't
okay.
say it like that.
That's what I'm asking because I saw like one snippet of it.
Those Spanish translators sometimes, man, they do have a weird translation to that.
Yeah.
We got Frosted Myth saying, I'm still waiting for my 3-0 victory. Well, I mean, it was nearly 3-0 to the wrong team. You might have got that. Maybe
Next week, man. Don't worry.
It's not that bad. I don't really blame Bowley.
Good question though. Like on that first chance, sorry, Rodrigo. On that first chance for Felix, why didn't he take the touch across Militao?
Yeah,
That's what we all say.
That's a striker instinct. That's a striker instinct.
Because if he does that, the other player has to foul him, and then
Either foul him or leave him alone.
Or let him go. Chill well.
Yeah.
Chelsea and Man City sent scouts to watch centre-back Axel Disasi.
No one knows who that is.
He's a French guy. He's a French kid. Does he play for Monaco? I might be wrong, but I know
he plays for Monaco.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that, but
another centre back. I think our defense is. Oh, Koulibaly. What did you guys think of Koulibaly yesterday?
He was good. He was good.
Yeah, he was all right.
No, he was good.
I was so worried.
I fell asleep in the first game. That was
those moments, though.
Yeah, that was both on actual Silva and Koulibaly.
I don't understand, Alex. I don't understand how a ball just goes over them just like that. I don't get it.
No, the experience, and you're not even thinking of the threat from the. First of all, I understand Kepa still. Anyway,
I just don't get it, man. That's all they do is lob it to Vinny or Benzema. That's all they do, and you still can't stop it. I don't know, man.
No, because they don't look where they at. It's just position. It's just, and that's what I'm saying. Those moments in a game where your brain switches off. That's the elite versus not elite, and that's the problem. That's the whole freaking thing. Thiago Silva is elite. Koulibaly should be elite. I still think Koulibaly is a good defender. I'm not going like Scott saying that the guy is bozo. I still think he's a good defender. First year in England, different kind of game, but
I think we kept quiet, to be honest. I think Silva did a good job on him. Obviously, when he left, then it was harder. But
what was that?
Sorry.
I want to cook Declare for a second. He just put something in a response for Josh. Hey, Declared, I understand.
That was for Josh.
I know, but I will answer for Josh.
Okay, answer, guy.
Okay, 0.0000.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. But
that's what you said.
Yeah, whatever. What funny is, what's the percentage of owners will extend his contract?
50-50 with owner. Bowley, I don't know what Bowley does.
You see what I'm saying?
Everything you guys said. No, everything you guys said about what the owner should have done, I agree with everything, right? But then I say, just Bowley. Like, who knows? He could do anything. Like,
So
did you think he was going to hire Lampard for interim? Like, did you guess that? Was that in your percentage?
You see, no. This.
I know you don't care.
No. If we knew that we're looking for the temporary percentage, I will probably put Lampard in a high percentage if I knew that we're looking for temporary. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if I knew who was on that list, and I'm pretty sure there was going to be only one name on the list because nobody is dumb enough to take that job on such a short notice and know that he will not get the full-time job. The fact that you thought that he will get the full-time job, it's the
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I was arguing that you guys made it out like it was impossible.
It's impossible. And I was right, it's impossible.
It's not impossible.
You see, you believe in that.
You can't write it off as impossible.
Okay.
That's what I was arguing.
So I see what you mean by there's a 0.000000 something chance.
Yeah, I wasn't arguing that Lampard's going to get the job, but everyone was acting like it was impossible. But I'm like, we got owners that have been making wrong calls flat out, right? The guy's already in the job, right? Let's say, for example, all the names that have come up have all gone, right? And then Lampard goes on a winning streak, and then they just like weird things can happen, and the owners have been making mistakes. I'm like, I'm not going to rule this as impossible. There's a small chance this can happen, right?
There's no odds on owner signing. You see what I'm saying? You think those odds 0-0? Okay.
But that's why I brought up the bookies odds.
I'm done with you declared you. Yeah.
No, that's why I brought up the bookies odds on what information was out there.
Yeah. The bookies odds. Here's the fun part about the bookie. Do bookies odds make saying that like a chance of dembele?
Chance of
dembele. I'm done. I can't explain it. And
What's going on?
I don't know.
It was just I was surprised that you guys brought it up again. All I was arguing was that it wasn't impossible. That's it. Not that I wanted him, nothing. And you started the stream with it anyway. I'm like, what?
Okay.
I argued before that Lampard didn't have a chance, but then you guys when Andrew was talking about the chances.
Let it go.
You brought it up, and I was so surprised that you brought it up.
Let go. My question is from now on to everybody saying that we suck Potter. What's the purpose and what? I'm going with a different theory. And here's my theory. From now on, everybody that says, why do we suck Potter just to get Lampard? I will tell you why. Because probably this is my idea and I'm running with it. I don't care. I believe that's what it is. So I'm going with one specific reason why the Potter is gone. I think they found out, I think they come to a neutral thing between Potter and the ownership. Potter wanted to quit. Like, not quit like I'm quitting the team. I think they got the ownership came to him and said, look, we can't go forward. We don't want to fire you, but we also don't want to keep you. Let's come agreement like we both okay with it. You see what I'm saying? Like, Potter's like, I don't want to like continue either. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way. That's why he has like payout. Nobody asked why did he turn down 60 mil for 10.
Well, I think he only got the 60 mil if he didn't work for the 5 years, yeah, or the 4 years that were left.
No. Well, could be, but what I'm saying is like maybe there's a clause that he wanted to quit, and he's like, look, I'll take a smaller cut. Let's come to the neutral consent that I'm not quitting, kind of like whatever.
I thought it was simply just because he can take the 13 mil that he got and already got paid, and then you can work straight away. Where
no, he didn't.
If you got a job straight away,
nothing from 30. The Brighton got 30, not him.
No, he got a compensation of 13 mil.
He's saying
Klopp got it. He didn't get shit.
What? No, Alex. When they fired him, not to buy him out of Brighton, when we fired him.
Yeah, he got 13
mil. They agreed on 13 mil, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so he gets that and he can work straight away. If he wanted, he could not work for a year and then got his year wage. I think the only way he can get that 16 mil if he didn't work for 4 years. But as soon as he starts working, that's it, no more. That's usually everyone's contract.
No.
So I think 13 mil is still good for him.
Why he went in the middle of the season? Like why he went through the season? I think I
agree with you.
I think he wanted to quit,
yeah,
and that's why
that was one of my theories as well, because we got a new ownership, yeah, who's flipped the whole club upside down. There's so many people that have gone, and so many new people, and maybe that's affected the team as well. That's what I think as well, because something's up with this whole team. The whole place probably doesn't feel like it used to be, right? And especially what they've been through with the sanctions and stuff. Something's happening all across the park, and that's why I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mass exodus too. People just want to get out of there. People that maybe we don't think they're going to leave or might want to leave. I think something's up. It's just too much of a shake-up, and I think that's a reflection of the season and everyone there. Even when Lampard came in, we all expected a little bit more, but we got more of the same. So we have no idea what's going on there. Hasn't even been a season yet. And like I said too, like my thing about how like with what Alex said too, I felt maybe part of did want to get out of there. After you hear some of the stuff with what happened with Tuchel, if some of it are true, then maybe Bowley is a bit more involved than every other owner, and managers don't like that. And I don't want to believe that, because if that's the case, we will never have a good manager, because any of them come in, don't want to work with Bowley, and then Bowley's actually going to be hard to work with, and we're going to have this problem with the ownership.
I don't think it's true.
I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true, because it's
And
like
I
the
can
worst
tell
case
you
scenario.
that you have the evidence of him being too involved for one specific reason, and people don't get that reason to a space. And I said it. The reason is we got into 1 month into the transfer window when he actually got hold of the club. Then Marina, Buck, and Czech quit, and that's a big part. Then Scout,
Especially when they said they're going to stay,
Yeah.
They kind of announced that.
Yeah, they initially said they would stay to the end of the transfer window, and then it was abruptly cut short.
Well, there was a
June, like,
rumor,
you know what I
but there was never actual saying. Well, that's how.
Well,
I thought they did say it.
Yeah, I thought that was official channel.
We are one as a manager.
And what have you.
Anyway,
I
it
thought
is what
Bruce
it is.
Buck
but-
was leaving, but Marina was staying, and Czech.
McAllister. McAllister from
Who
Brighton.
you want as manager, Nagelsmann or Enrique?
I don't care. I don't know. I'm not
Whoever
that good of a
Vivell
scout.
wants, honestly. Whoever Vivell wants.
Whoever Vivell wants in it, whoever they choose, I support. Just come here and do your thing, man.
Exactly.
What
Alright,
about,
guys, I gotta go. I'll see you later.
Yeah, you
Alright,
guys,
take it
guys
easy,
will
guys.
have a little lie down. I'm going to be live at Booney though in 30 minutes, so keep a
See ya.
lookout for that.
Any final thoughts for
Big
Rapid?
up everybody that's locked in. Like, subscribe, all of that jazz. And
We'll
yeah.
do it. Any final thoughts for Rapid the Stream?
Anyone got any final thoughts?
we're winning it next week.
Habibi.
Fair enough. Alright, we're out, people. Big up and up the shelves.